Welcome back. Hey, today I am going to try to get some things finished here in the shop. I have some smaller tools that I kind of pick up and move around, and it's starting to become somewhat of a pain, but I really didn't want to permanently affix them until I figured out just what kind of flow I wanted to have happen here in the shop. And anyway, I have this thing about the floor. I like a clean floor in a shop. I don't like to trip over things on the floor. I don't like benches. This bench right here is mandatory. Have to have it. Table saw, have to have it. But anything else, storage benches, anything like that, really bother me. I just don't like having them in a shop. I just think it closes everything in and makes it too permanent. So here's what I do. I put anything I can, I put on the wall. Any tool, whatever, I put on the wall. So I make these brackets, and this is a good example of that. I took my joiner and I attached two brackets made out of wood to the wall, mounted my joiner to it. It's in a perfect location for me because it's by my workbench and it's by the table saw. So easy to get to, easy to utilize, have dust collection to it, so it's all good there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to mount my 10-inch Delta bandsaw on a bracket, and I have a sander, a couple sanders actually, I'm going to try to do something with, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, let me show you what I came up with. I took a little break here, and it's actually the next day while I'm filming this, but I wanted to give you an update and show you what I came up with for mounting my Delta on one of those angle brackets, similar to the one that is on my joiner, or the two that are on my joiner. So here's what we got. I put it on the wall, and let's see if I can get over here a little bit better so you can see it. I do have, as you can see, I do have a bigger bandsaw. I have a Laguna 1412, which I absolutely love. There's no question. That is a beautiful, beautiful bandsaw, and it does everything I want it to do except small work without changing the blade. It will do the small work, but I have to change the blade. And right now I keep a 3/4 inch resaw carbide tip blade in it, and that stays in it. That's what I use that saw mainly for. It's not that hard to change a blade. We can definitely do it quickly, but I would rather not. I like this little Delta 10-inch. I've had it forever. When I first started woodworking, my brother actually gave this saw to me, and I've nursed it and kept it running for, my goodness, I'll bet you 35 years, 30 years anyway. So thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It's still running strong. I've made some modifications. This year we had to put new bearings in a couple of the drive wheels, and I added dust collection to it, and I did do a video on that. I never posted on YouTube. Didn't think anybody'd be interested because nobody has these saws anymore except me. But anyway, if you want to see that video, leave some comments, let me know what you think there, and I'd be happy to share it with you how I did that. So as you can see, the bracket, I need to trim it off a little bit here, but what I'm going to do is show you how this kind of folds out of the way. I put a piano hinge on it and a hinge right here that I lift up, and the saw just pushes back into the wall, and then that same hinge pulls down and holds it against the wall. Don't really like that system because it's not too firm, not rock solid when I'm using it. So if you have any suggestions, any ideas, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'd really appreciate that. Now, as long as I'm doing this, I might as well give you a complete shop overview. What I've done. This is kind of my second anniversary. I've been doing this for 2 months, and the YouTube channel for 2 months, and I don't know, we're 109, 110 subscribers, and I think that's pretty cool. I really appreciate everyone's support, obviously, and I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up. I'm going to post a little picture real quick of what this shop was in the beginning, and then I'm going to go around and show you what it is now. Of course, the bandsaw is in the corner. I did move it there. Some of the other videos show it in a different location, like where the drill press is. The drill press is there because of this post. I can't move this post, obviously, because it supports my home, and I just thought it'd be a great place for the drill press. It's directly across from my bench, and it's on wheels. I can move it wherever I want to move it. So, next in line, it is my Supermax 1632 horizontal drum sander. It is amazing. I love this thing. Works well, and I have that next in line. Now, as you can see, I have dust collection to all my tools. I ran it in right up there from my garage. My dust collector is actually in my garage, and I ran it in and up against the wall, up on top, and I have down feeds for all my tools. Now, right here is my sanding station slash router station. My spindle sander and my disc sander, belt sander are on that table. That is on wheels, so I can move that around if I need to. Right now it's just attached to the wall. For obvious reasons, I don't want it tipping over. So I'm going to show you a little thing I did with this. I don't use a router table that often, but when I do, this is where I put it. I found it to be kind of cool to not have it permanently in a place, but you know, my shop's not that big, so I really can't do it. So let me give you an idea of what happens to that thing when I'm done with it. So if I can adjust my camera, what I do is I pull this off, and it mounts on the wall, and then I close the drawer, and it's up out of the way. I make good use, I believe, of a small space. I try to keep everything efficiently laid out, I should say. Now, you notice I have another camera mount here. This is a 4th arrow camera knuckle. This is fully adjustable. The cool thing about these things is that you can put it on a crooked tree and level it up, and it happens so fast, it's crazy. Now, I am a hunter, so I use these things. I have several of them that I use while I'm hunting, different locations, and they work out really well. And what I would do is I would just go over here. I use this one on the post, obviously. It's mounted to the support post. That would be a tree that it would be mounted to, and it just ratchets on, and then this arm is removable. Obviously this isn't tightened down yet because I just put it there, but that will tighten securely and extend about 3 feet, which is kind of cool. Now I can take this arm and I can bring it over here, which is kind of neat. You only need to buy one arm. If you buy a couple of these knuckles, you can leave them right in your mounts, and now I have a different view for the table saw, or the bench, or the sander, whatever I want to film. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes that nobody really knows, and I guess it's pretty cool that you're actually getting to see it. Now, if you notice, dust collection, it comes in, runs across the top of the ceiling here, and then runs down. Now branches off to my joiner and also to an extra hose that would connect to my little 10-inch Delta. Again, this shop is very small, so that little 10-foot hose will reach fine. And then the main trunk comes over to my Delta table saw, and I do have a Unifence saw guide with it. I love this thing. It's worked great. It's not something I've owned for a long time. I picked up used and I love it. So this is the south wall, which is all going to change soon. I've got some stuff coming in to make those changes, and I'll share them with you when I can. But right now it's just, you know, random wood storage, my clamps, some of the necessary tools that I use, and they are behind my bench. So, and that's about it. I got a little storage bin here that I recessed into the wall, which stores some screws, some paints and stains, and of course my cordless tools. So let's see. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. I enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm sorry that I've been a little detached lately. I had taken some time off and haven't made any projects, but I do have some in the works right now that I'll be sharing in a week or so. But just need to take some time off and enjoy life. A lot of crazy stuff going on out there, and I needed a break. So that's that. So the men in blue, be safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. Take care, everyone.